Well, please do keep it coming, the quality debate, and I'm loving it. Please let us know at Morning Live SABC. Well, it's also inevitable that most students will at one time or another fail in an academic exam, and a feeling which can result in utter devastation. And sometimes the failure is not the result of a lack of studying or preparation, but rather a lack of commitment, perhaps, that may be a primary factor. So to talk to us about how students can actually face the future despite these disappointments, we have in studio with us Hector Mathabe, who is a professional motivational speaker. Hector, good morning and welcome, sunshine.
Great morning. Yes, that's why I'm in my yellows. It's part of the motivation, and I'm hoping that just already that one who did not do well, looking at my yellow jacket, is already getting some hope.
No, absolutely. That color just does something.
Morning to you and the listeners.
Hector, first and foremost, I'm sure there are parents who are watching now whose children perhaps have not performed well. There are learners themselves who are watching for whom it didn't go quite according to plan. What would be, your first words of advice to them?
May we just start here and let me just congratulate Panyaza Lesufi in the Gauteng province, because I do work with them. I go into schools to motivate the learners, and also Gauteng Ekurhuleni North District. I was working with them on what they call underperforming schools. And you know what I like? Underperforming starts from around even 80% is considered underperforming. That's one of the secrets why they got the results that they got. So I just want to congratulate them. Now, parents, starting with the parents. Oh, okay, and also the educators. Let's congratulate all the educators for their hard work, and the principals and everybody who's involved, and my fellow colleagues in the motivational speaking space. The parents, how you react when the learner comes back and say that I have not made it. Your reaction will make or break that learner. How you handle that? I mean, just notice one thing. Even you as a parent, you have failed at some point at something in life, not only in education. So how you handle that failure, how you handle that situation will make or break that learner. And that's why some of them would decide that I'd rather, kill myself. So it's important, please, to parents, do understand and support your learners. And to the one who has not made it, this is not the end of the world, Sakina. You can try again. I mean, the province like Gauteng, actually it's a national program called Second Chance. You can go to your district and inquire, even to your principal, to your school, and inquire about the Second Chance program. It is not the end of the world. If you look at some of the most successful people in the world, you'll be shocked that most of them actually failed at some point in their lives. And not only at school, it could be even in business, in so many things. So failure, when you look at, like I said, you look at people who are successful, you'll find that their path is littered with so many failures. And then the difference is how they handle the failure and how they interpret that failure. That, it doesn't necessarily mean that I am a failure. Don't personalize it. It's just an event that just happened, and take lessons from it and move forward. When I did grade 12 in 1989, my goodness, was it that long ago? I was at Mabopade High, and I was struggling a lot, especially with mathematics. And part of what I did, there's a song called You Won't Fail by the OJs. And that was one song that inspired me to be able to do well. Eventually I did not pass that subject, but I passed overall with a symbol S. But then how did I feel? Because I had a goal that I was going to study something that required mathematics. And in my standards, I had failed. But what did I do? I got up, dusted myself off, and I asked myself questions. Where do you go from here, Hector? How do you interpret this? And I noticed that, it's not only about that one subject, but, you have the theory of multiple intelligences that shows that we are all gifted in different areas. And I discovered that, oh, Hector, you're a motor mouth. You love speaking. Can you invest in your energy in this line of speaking? And how many years later, I was on radio, I was on television, and I'm doing motivational talks now. So there are options out there. So don't just give up just simply because you failed matric. There's so many other options and so many other things that you can do. It does not mean that you are not intelligent. It does not mean that you are dumb, you are stupid. No, it's just that one thing. And I like what you said when you were introducing the subject, that maybe you used the wrong approach, to study. Maybe you were not serious enough, and not focusing on your studies. So it does not necessarily mean that you are less intelligent because you failed matric. No.
But how do we begin to build up self-esteem again, and being fully cognizant that right now, this morning, may be a bit soon for someone who's just learned that they didn't quite get what they wanted? How do we go about approaching that rebuilding phrase?
I think the first thing is to honestly acknowledge what has happened, and you know, look at it and mourn. You know, go through that period of mourning that, you know what, I did not really do as well as I had expected. And then there are so many things that can be done. You know, you have, you know, I love our world of technology now. You can go into the internet and Google things that can uplift you, whether it's a little video from a motivational speaker, whether it is calling, you know, because seek for help, talk to somebody. You have friends maybe who can support you, your parent, or you could just have somebody that you can confide in, a coach, a mentor, or just somebody that you can call and say, you know, in our extended families, you have Bumani, Rakadi, and all the people that you can call and say, you know what, I did not do well. You'll have somebody in life always that you know, this is my support system, this is a person that I can confide in. And you just find that one person, pastor, you know, you just talk to them and they will offer words of encouragement. Because, you know, we should allow ourselves to go through that moment that, you know what, I did not do well. And do that reflection, be honest with yourself. But what happened here? Before you blame external factors that, oh, maybe it's witchcraft next door. Yeah, I could just see, oh, man, you know, or you want to blame whatever. Just face yourself and ask yourself, but where did I go wrong? Maybe I did not apply myself hard enough. And sometimes, Sakina, it could be just a simple matter that, like me, you know, at that time when I was at school, I was deemed one of the brightest minds at school, but one thing was just dealing with me. Maths, X plus Y. I just couldn't figure it out. Then if I just hung my life around that one subject, I don't know where I would be today. So I had to think broadly and deeply to say that, what else am I good at? And then I noticed that, you know what, I have linguistic intelligence, and I invested in issues that had to do with linguistics, you know. So it's very important to look at the theory of multiple intelligences, look at what you are excellent at and invest your energy in that. But don't forget, there is a second chance. You can try again.
There always is. Hector, thank you so much for stopping by. And I think the message there is worth echoing. You just need to find your space, your niche, what you're good at, because there's always a second chance. For as long as you're alive, for as long as there's breath in your body, you have an opportunity to do it again. Thank you so much to Hector, the motivator. And after this, we'll come back and we'll go right into news.